matched donor. Only 20% patients have a fully matched donor in the family. The chance of finding a random match is 1 in a million. There are large volunteer unrelated donor registries in the Western world. But we Indians rarely find a fully matched donor from those registries. But nature is the mother of all scientific discoveries, which we often forget. A mother bears a child for 9 months without rejecting it. There is a complete compatibility between the mother and the child, which can be exploited to carry out haploidentical or half-matched BMT. Dharamshila Hospital and Research Centre's blood and marrow stem cell transplantation facility is a landmark in this direction. Dharamshila BMT Centre offers the entire gamut of transplant procedures, especially half-matched or haploidentical BMT, employing world-class, state-of-the-art technology, perfectly integrated with every needed amenity and service surrounding a life-changing procedure. Dr. Suparno Chakrabarti and Dr. Sarita Jaiswal from Dharamshila Hospital have pioneered the use of haploidentical BMT in India, and many other centers are following suit. Dr. Suparno Chakrabarti, a hemato-oncologist, is a world-renowned bone marrow transplant specialist who is known for his work in developing newer transplantation methods, such as reduced intensity and haploidentical transplantation. Dr. Sarita Jaiswal has made several publications and presentations on haploidentical BMT in both Europe and USA, and has received several awards for the same.
We need the proper science to identify the correct donor, because in a family you will have more than one haploidentical donor, but the success lies in identifying the correct donor. So Dharamshila BMT Center provides all these opportunities, and we hope that now our country can lead in this field for the first time.
To achieve high success rate in bone marrow transplantation, especially haploidentical transplantation, one needs high level of expertise and ideal infrastructure. This was not available to majority of the patients in India till now. To offer new lease of life to patients suffering with hematological malignancies and other blood disorders, Dharamshila Hospital has created infrastructure as per international standards. Dharamshila BMT Center is a state-of-the-art facility with 21 beds. 4 beds are dedicated for haploidentical transplantation, 2 for autologous, and 15 for treating other malignant and non-malignant blood disorders.
Each BMT room has its dedicated air handling unit to provide 12 to 15 HEPA-filtered fresh air changes per hour. Automatic and selective control system provides positive air pressure with backup in the BMT rooms, which is 10 to 15 Pascal higher than the ante-room. The air pressure in the ante-room is also 10 to 15 Pascal higher than the corridor. This ensures that no outside air from corridor and ante-room enters patient's room. Stainless steel doors, vinyl flooring and walls further help in maintaining clean surfaces and sterility as per Class 1000 clean room standards prescribed internationally.
No other BMT center in Delhi and NCR has such unique air conditioning design, ante-room for doing scrubbing before entering the BMT room, stainless steel doors and vinyl coverage on floors and walls to achieve high level of sterility required for haploidentical transplantation. We have achieved all this at Dharamshila BMT Center.
Each BMT room is furnished like an ICU with double points for oxygen and vacuum, monitor, infusion pumps and syringe pumps. Each patient is monitored through CCTV and nursing ratio of 1:1 is maintained strictly. Sick patients with zero white blood counts cannot be taken out of the BMT unit, as this will entail risking their life. Therefore, there is provision for standby ventilator, dialysis machine and ultrasound machine in the BMT unit. Dharamshila BMT Center offers autologous, allogenic, cord blood and haploidentical transplants to patients with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, thalassemia, aplastic anemia at Dharamshila BMT Center. To support the haploidentical BMT program, Dharamshila BMT Labs provide 8-color flow cytometry-based diagnostics for leukemia, lymphoma and aplastic anemia, detection of minimal residual disease or MRD, molecular diagnosis for leukemia, HLA typing, NK cell genotyping and CD34 plus stem cell estimation. Comprehensive donor selection for haploidentical BMT based on NK KIR profile, NK cell and mesenchymal cell cultures and cell therapy, magnetic separation of cells using MACS technology, long-term cryopreservation of stem cells at 190 degrees Celsius liquid nitrogen freezer in vapor phase, conventional and real-time PCR for viral pathogens, drug levels for BMT. Dharamshila Hospital also has advanced blood transfusion services, automated component extraction, leukoreduction, apheresis, red cell serology, and irradiation of blood and blood products. Total body irradiation is an essential part of conditioning for BMT, but often results in serious long-term toxicities. With VMAT technology, we can target the entire bone marrow at much higher doses without exposing other organs such as heart, lungs, liver, or kidneys to the detrimental effect of radiation. Our radiation oncologists have developed this technique to improve the outcome of patients undergoing BMT. Dharamshila BMT Center's haploidentical BMT program offers a new lease of life to thousands of patients in India and neighboring countries who do not have 100% matched donor. The entire scale and scope of the latest equipments and infrastructure available is incomplete without the team of experts.
Thank you all. Thank you for patient hearing. Thank you very much.
Well, that was Dr. Sandeep Chatrath, CEO of Dharamshala Hospital. You have the infrastructure, you have the technology, you have the diagnosis, you have the treatment, you have the affordability, CSR, and you have the training. To sum it up, I would say it is nothing but a comprehensive cancer care center. 4 C's. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandeep. We now request Mr. Satya to please come on stage. We go to the next session, and this session is on the revolutionary approaches to combat external deep sternal wound infection in recent times. I would now request Mr. Anand Shirur, CMD, South Asia and China, Convatec, to please come on stage. Mr. Anand Shiru is the Vice President and Managing Director of Convatec India and China. Convatec is a US-based medical technology company which are the world leaders in advanced wound care management, ostomy care, and critical care and continence. Mr. Anand leads the dynamic business for India. He was the pioneer to bring the company in India and has been successfully leading it for more than 2 years now. Over to Mr. Anand Shiru.
I don't know, it's not my presentation. And Satya and Suniel, thanks for the introduction. And Satya, thanks for the opportunity to speak to this elite forum. I think it is very apt for me to spend some time giving you a brief introduction of what Convatec is, because it's a fairly new company for India. So I'll skip through a couple of slides very quickly, giving you a background information of what the company is, and then we will get into the core topic of how we can address the infections with the deep sternal wounds and how we can provide a better treatment in India. So first of all, Convatec, we were part of BMS until 2004. And in 2004, BMS spun us out, and we were acquired by Nordic and Avista. We are around $1.7 billion in size in terms of revenue, present in more than 100 countries. We have around 12 manufacturing sites with 8,000 employees around the world. So this company has been in existence for more than 40 years, providing world-class products, which I'll be showing some of them to you now, before I get into, again, the main topic. So it gives you a frame of reference. Now, we are into 4 main categories of business. First one is ostomy care. This is related to the cancer that happens in the intestine or GI tract. And we make the medical devices to support the patient with their lifestyle. Patients with ostomy can survive from somewhere to 5 to 10 years, or more than that in some cases, where we make them or we support them to lead a healthy life. Second area of our business is wound, and this is a very broad portfolio. We address almost all kinds of wounds, whether we talk about diabetic foot ulcers, venous ulcers, surgical wounds, knee transplant surgeries, trauma, bruises, cuts, burns. We collectively have more than, I think, 20 advanced products that can address all and any kind of wound and treat them to perfection. The third one we are into is continence and critical care. The fourth one is infusion devices, which is a B2B business for us. In India, we represent around 3 of these businesses: ostomy, wound, and critical care. The last one, infusion, we support our OEM partners, who do business in India. Now, as I said, 12 manufacturing sites. Most of these are in Western countries, in Europe and Australia. long history of innovation,